Léa Omondi's hands grip the bouquet so tight the stems snap. She stands at the altar in her ivory wedding gown, mascara streaking down her bronze cheeks as 300 guests stare at the empty space beside her. The officiant checks his watch for the 4th time. The string quartet has stopped playing. Ryu Jisung should have been here 20 minutes ago, but he's not coming. He was just here, the wedding planner stammers, clutching her clipboard. 5 minutes ago, he was adjusting his tie. Leia's hands tremble as she lifts the hem of her custom-designed gown and walks toward the groom's suite. Her heart pounds against her ribcage. The door swings open to reveal an empty room. His tuxedo jacket hangs on the chair. His phone sits on the table, powered off, but Jisung is nowhere. "Jisung!" she calls out, her voice breaking. "This isn't funny!" A hotel manager approaches cautiously. "Miss Omondi, perhaps we should—" "Find him!" Léa snaps, her Kenyan accent thick with emotion. "Find my husband!" But 30 minutes pass. Then an hour. The guests begin to leave, their sympathetic glances cutting deeper than any words. Léa sits alone in the bridal suite, still in her gown, staring at her reflection. The woman in the mirror looks like a stranger. A sharp knock interrupts her spiraling thoughts. The door opens, and Madame Ryu enters, her expression carved from ice. She's wearing a traditional hanbok in deep burgundy, her silver hair pulled back severely. She doesn't sit. She doesn't apologize. "My son has made his choice," Madame Ryu says coldly, placing a cream-colored envelope on the vanity. "This should more than compensate for your embarrassment." Léa stares at the envelope, then at the woman who would have been her mother-in-law. "What are you talking about? Where is Jisung?" "That is no longer your concern." Madame Ryu's voice is sharp as broken glass. "You were a distraction, Miss Omondi. A phase. We tried to be polite, but clearly, my son needed a more direct reminder of his responsibilities." "You did this." Léa stands, her voice shaking with rage. "You made him disappear. I protected my family." Madame Ryu moves toward the door. "Take the money. Go back to Lagos. Forget you ever knew my son. You were never meant to be one of us." The door closes with a soft click. Léa collapses onto the bed, her body racked with sobs. The envelope sits unopened. She won't touch it. She won't give them the satisfaction. 3 weeks later, in a small clinic in Lagos, a doctor smiles gently and says, "Congratulations, Miss Omondi. You're pregnant." Léa stares at the ultrasound image, at the tiny flutter of life inside her. A piece of Jisung, a piece of the man who abandoned her. She touches her stomach and makes a silent vow. This child will never know the pain of rejection. This child will never need the Ryu family. If you're already hooked, hit that like button and let me know in the comments if you've ever been betrayed by someone you loved. Now, let's jump 7 years into the future. Paris glows in the golden afternoon light. Inside the sleek glass studio of Maison Omondi, Léa adjusts a model's sleeve, her expert fingers moving with precision. She's changed. Her natural hair is styled in elegant braids adorned with gold cuffs. Her presence commands respect. She's no longer the heartbroken girl who fled Seoul. But inside, the walls she built are starting to crack. "Mama, look!" A small voice breaks her concentration. Nara runs toward her, holding up a drawing of a dress covered in stars. At 6 years old, she has her mother's warm brown skin and her father's sharp cheekbones. Her eyes sparkle with creativity. "It's beautiful, mon cœur," Léa says, kneeling to her level. "You're going to be a better designer than me." "Mama, why don't I have a papa?" Nara asks suddenly, her voice small. Leia's breath catches this question again. You do have one, sweetheart. He just lives far away. Does he know about me? It's complicated, mon cœur. Leia's assistant, Amara, approaches with a tablet, sensing the tension. Leia, we got the official invite, Seoul Fashion Week. They want you to headline the international showcase. Leia's smile falters. Seoul? The sponsor is Ryu Hotels. Amara continues. It's huge exposure. They're offering full creative control, accommodation, and the fee is... She shows the number. Leia's heart stops. That's enough to secure Nara's future, to expand into 3 new markets. But Seoul, the Ryus, the ghosts. I need to think about it, Leia whispers. That night, after Nara falls asleep, Leia sits on her balcony, overlooking the Seine. The invitation glows on her laptop screen. Her hands hover over the keyboard. Delete or accept. Run or fight. She thinks about Nara's question. About the lies she'll have to keep telling. About the fact that she's built an empire on the ashes of her broken heart. But she's never truly faced what happened. She thinks about walking into that hotel with her head high, showing them she didn't just survive, she thrived. Without their money. Without their name. Her finger hovers, then clicks. Accept. The Seoul skyline cuts against a gray sky as Leia and Nara step out of Incheon Airport. Everything feels colder here, sharper. Nara clutches her mother's hand, her eyes wide with wonder at the neon signs and bustling crowds. Is this where you met my father? Nara asks innocently. Leia's throat tightens. Yes, mon cœur, a long time ago. Will I meet him? I don't know, baby. I really don't know. At the hotel, Leia barely has time to unpack before the welcome gala begins. She chooses a striking emerald dress from her own collection, its fabric flowing like water. As she enters the grand ballroom of Crystal Lotus Hotel, memories assault her. This is where it happened, where she was left standing alone. Her chest tightens, her vision blurs. For a moment, she can't breathe. Mama? Nara tugs her hand. Are you okay? Leia forces a smile. Yes, sweetheart, just remembering. Léa Omondi. A man approaches with a warm smile. I'm Ryu Jisung, VP of International Relations. She recognizes him immediately. Jisung's older brother. He has the same elegant features, but carries himself with calculated politeness. Thank you for the invitation, Leia says carefully. We're honored to have you. Your rebirth collection changed fashion. Taejin pauses, his eyes flickering to Nara. I heard you had history with our hotel. Ancient history. Speaking of which, Taejin gestures across the room. Our CEO wanted to personally welcome you. Leia's blood turns cold. Through the crowd, she sees him. Ryu Jisung, impeccably dressed in a charcoal suit, his expression polite but distant. He's walking toward her. 7 years of anger, hurt, and unanswered questions surge forward. Jisung extends his hand professionally. Miss Omondi, welcome to Seoul. I'm Ryu Jisung, CEO of Ryu Hotels. She stares at his hand, then at his face. He's looking at her with polite interest. Nothing more. We've met before. Have we? Jisung tilts his head, genuinely confused. Forgive me, I meet many people. The world tilts. He doesn't remember. He doesn't recognize her, or their daughter standing right beside her. Don't click away now. This is where everything changes. Subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Taejin gently touches his brother's arm. Jisung has some memory issues from an accident years ago. Accident? Leia's voice is barely a whisper. If you'll excuse us, Jisung says with a practiced smile, already turning away. Enjoy the event. Leia watches him disappear into the crowd, her emotions a tornado. Nara tugs her dress. Mama, Who was that man? No one, baby, just no one. But Taejun remains, his expression conflicted. Can we talk privately? In a secluded lounge, Taejun pours her tea with steady hands. You deserve to know the truth. The accident wasn't an accident. What are you talking about? Dr. Han Miran. She was Jisung's psychiatrist and his obsessed ex-fiancée. Taejun's jaw tightens. They dated briefly before he met you. When he ended things, she couldn't accept it. The day of your wedding, she drugged him and staged a car crash. He suffered a traumatic brain injury. When he woke up, his recent memories were gone, including you. Leia's hands shake around the teacup. And your family? We knew. Miran manipulated his therapy, reinforcing the memory loss. My mother thought it was convenient. A clean slate. No. Scandal. Taejun looks ashamed. I wanted to find you, tell you, but my mother threatened to disown me. I was weak. I'm sorry. Where is she now? Miran? Still in Seoul. Still in his life. Taejun meets her eyes. She's his current psychiatrist. She's been controlling his recovery for 7 years. The revelation crashes over Léa like a wave. All these years, she thought Jisung abandoned her by choice. But he was drugged, manipulated, his memories stolen. That's my daughter out there, Léa says, her voice breaking. Nara. She's his child. And he looked at her like she was nothing. I know. I saw the resemblance immediately. Taejun leans forward. Jisung's been having dreams lately. Fragments. A woman in white. A song he can't place. Your scent. He mentioned it once. Said he smells cocoa butter and vanilla in his sleep. I think seeing you might trigger something. I don't want to trigger anything, Léa says bitterly. I want him to remember on his own, to feel what I felt. He's a victim too, Léa. So am I. So is Nara. She stands. Thank you for telling me. But I came here to do a job, not rewrite history. That night, Léa tucks Nara into bed. The little girl looks up with those familiar eyes. Mama, that man at the party, he looked like me. Leia's heart cracks. What do you mean, baby? His eyes, they're like mine. Nara touches her mother's face. Is he my papa? Léa can't lie anymore. Not to this face. Yes, mon cœur, he is. Why doesn't he know me? Because sometimes people forget important things, and it hurts everyone. Nara is quiet for a moment. Then, can we help him remember? Léa kisses her forehead, tears streaming down. I don't know if we should, baby. Sometimes it's safer to forget. But as Nara drifts to sleep, Leia's phone buzzes. Unknown number. Stay away from what's mine. Her blood runs cold. She calls Nara's adjoining room to check on her again. The door is locked from the inside. She uses her key. The room is empty. The window is open. Her daughter is gone. Nara! Léa screams into the hallway. Nara! Another text arrives. Come to where it all ended, alone, or you'll never see her again. Namsan Tower. 1 hour. Leia's hands tremble as she dials Taejun. She took my daughter. Miran took Nara. I'm calling the police. No! She said come alone. Léa is already grabbing her coat. Where is Namsan Tower? The accident site. I'll get Jisung. We're coming. She said alone. And I'm not letting you face her by yourself. Taejun's voice is steel. Stall her. We're coming. Léa races through Seoul's streets in a taxi, her heart hammering. Every red light feels like an eternity. She thinks about Nara's face, her questions about her father, the way she asked if they could help him. Remember, please let her be safe. Please. The tower looms above, its observation deck glowing against the night sky. Léa takes the elevator alone, each floor a lifetime. When the doors open, She sees Miran standing at the edge of the observation deck, her white coat billowing in the wind. Nara is beside her, crying silently, Miran's hand gripping the child's arm. "Let her go!" Léa shouts, stepping forward. "Stop!" Miran's voice is eerily calm. "One more step, and we both jump. Please, she's just a child. She has nothing to do with this. She has everything to do with this." Miran's composure cracks. "She's his daughter. The child I never got to have. Do you know what it's like to lose everything because of someone like you? I didn't take him from you. He chose to leave. He chose you." Miran's eyes are wild now. "I gave him everything. My career, my reputation, my love. I was going to marry him first. Did you know that? Before you came along with your exotic beauty and your foreign charm. He threw me away like I was nothing." Nara whimpers, and Leia's maternal instincts override her fear. "You're a doctor. You took an oath. Don't hurt an innocent child." "Innocent?" Miran laughs bitterly. "She's proof of my failure. Proof that even when I erased you from his mind, I couldn't erase what you did to him. He still dreams of you. Still wakes up calling a name he can't remember." Hit that subscribe button right now, because what happens next will leave you speechless. "So you destroyed his memory? His life?" Leia's voice rises. "You took away his choice and called it love?" "I saved him from making a mistake. You would have ruined him. A Ryu marrying some African nobody. I have a name. And so does she. Her name is Nara, and she's 6 years old, and she just wants to know her father." "Well, she can't have him." Miran's voice breaks. "Because I lost mine. I was pregnant too, Léa. Did Taejin tell you that? I was carrying Jisung's baby when I caused that crash. I thought if I could just stop the wedding, make him see reason. But the crash was worse than I planned. I lost our baby. Lost everything." The confession hangs in the air, and for a moment, Léa sees past the monster to the broken woman underneath. "I'm sorry for your loss. Truly. But you can't fix pain by creating more of it. Miran, stop this." Jisung's voice cuts through the night. He emerges from the elevator with Taejun, his expression no longer blank. There's pain in his eyes now, confusion, and something that looks like recognition, but also rage. "You!" Jisung's voice is cold as he stares at Miran. "You did this to me." "Jisung, don't listen to her," Miran pleads. "She's trying to confuse you." "I've been having dreams," Jisung says, his voice shaking with barely controlled fury. "A wedding. A woman in ivory. Dancing to Moon River. Waking up in a hospital with everyone lying to me about how I got there. But they weren't just dreams, were they? I saved you. You destroyed me." Jisung's voice echoes across the deck. "You took my life, my memories, my choices. What gave you the right?" "Because I loved you," Miran sobs. "Because watching you love her was killing me." "So you killed me instead." Jisung's eyes are full of tears. "The person I was, the life I chose, you murdered it all. And you've been playing puppet master with my mind for 7 years. He turns to Léa, and his voice softens. "I don't remember everything, but I remember the feeling. Standing beside you felt like home." His eyes move to Nara, really seeing her for the first time. "And she has my eyes, my mother's chin. Her name is Nara," Léa whispers, tears streaming. "It means happy in Korean, because even when I was heartbroken, she made me happy." Jisung's face crumbles. "I have a daughter. I missed 6 years of my daughter's life." 7 years of mine," Léa says, her voice cracking. 7 years wondering why I wasn't enough. Why you left me standing there. "I didn't leave you." Jisung's voice breaks. I would never. He stops, grabbing his head as memory fragments flash. The wedding. I was putting on my tie. Someone brought me water. Moran, you brought me water. To calm your nerves, Moran whispers. You drugged me. The realization hits him like a physical blow. Everything after that is darkness and pain, and people telling me lies. You stole 7 years from me, from us, from my daughter. I'm sorry, Moran whispers, stepping closer to the edge with Nara. I'm so sorry. Don't! Léa screams, but Moran's grip loosens on Nara. The little girl breaks free, running to Léa's arms. In that moment of distraction, Moran tips backward. Jisung lunges forward, grabbing her arm as she starts to fall. The railing groans. For a terrible moment, they both hang suspended between safety and oblivion. Let me go, Moran sobs. I've destroyed everything. No. Jisung pulls her back with both hands, his face contorted with effort. No more deaths, no more lies. You're going to face what you've done. Security and police flood the observation deck. Miran collapses, broken as officers lead her away. She doesn't resist. She looks almost relieved. Léa holds Nara tight, checking her for injuries. Are you okay, mon cœur? Did she hurt you? I'm okay, maman, Nara says, but she's trembling. I was scared. I know, baby, I know. It's over now. Jisung approaches them slowly, like they might disappear if he moves too fast. He kneels down to Nara's level, his hands shaking. Hi, Nara. I'm your father. I'm so sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry. For everything. Nara studies him with those familiar eyes, then looks to Léa for guidance. Is it really him, Mama? Yes, sweetheart. It's really him. Nara reaches out tentatively and touches Jisung's face. Why are you crying, Papa? The word breaks him. Because I missed so much, and I'm angry. I'm so angry at what was taken from us. It's okay, Nara says with the simple wisdom of children. You're here now. 6 months later, snow falls gently over New York City. Inside a warm brownstone in Brooklyn, Léa adjusts the lighting for her latest photo shoot. Her new collection, Second Skin, hangs on mannequins, each piece telling a story of transformation and forgiveness. Jisung enters carrying 2 mugs of hot chocolate, one with extra marshmallows for Nara, who's drawing at the kitchen table. He's thinner now, more present. Therapy has been helping him piece together fragments of memory. Some days are harder than others. Some days he wakes up angry at the lost years. Some days he doesn't recognize his own reflection. But he's here. He's trying. I remembered something today, he says softly, handing Léa her mug. Our first date, the cafe in Hongdae. You ordered 3 desserts because you couldn't choose. I said you could have all 3 if you'd have dinner with me the next night. Léa smiles, tears pricking her eyes. You remember that? Pieces, but they're coming back. He places his hand gently on her swollen belly. Maybe this one will help too. Papa, look. Nara runs over with her drawing, a family of 4, holding hands under a rainbow. It's us, when the baby comes. Jisung lifts her up, kissing her forehead. It's perfect, sweetheart, just like you. But Nara's face grows serious. Papa, do you still have bad dreams? Jisung's expression flickers. Sometimes, but they're getting better. Because we're here now? Yes, because you're here now. Léa watches them together, feeling something she thought was lost forever. Hope. Her phone buzzes with a news alert. Fashion icon Léa Omondi announces global partnership with Ryu Hotels for Charity Initiative. Are you sure about this? Jisung asks, reading over her shoulder. Working with my family again? Your mother called again yesterday. Léa admits. 3rd time this week. Madame Ryu had reached out 2 months ago. The call had been awkward, painful. She'd started with corporate speak about regrettable misunderstandings before Léa cut her off. If you want to meet your granddaughter, you apologize properly, not to me, to her, for taking her father away. There had been silence. Then, barely audible. I was protecting my son from a mistake, but I was wrong. I created a bigger one. It wasn't enough. Not yet, but it was a start. She wants to meet Nara, Léa says. She's flying to New York next month. And you're okay with that? I don't know. But Nara deserves to know her grandmother, even if she doesn't deserve Nara. Léa touches his face gently. Forgiveness is a process. But we have time now. We have each other. Jisung pulls her close, breathing in the scent of her hair, cocoa butter and vanilla, the smell that haunts his dreams in the best way. I'm sorry I forgot you. I'm sorry I wasn't there when she was born, when she took her first steps, her first word. Her first word was Papa, Léa whispers. Even though you weren't there, she knew she had one somewhere. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to both of you, to all three of you. He touches her belly again. As afternoon light filters through the windows, Nara starts humming. It's Moon River, the song she heard her parents dancing to last week when they thought she was asleep. Jisung freezes, a smile spreading across his face. He extends his hand to Léa. May I have this dance? Again? Léa takes his hand, letting him pull her close. They sway gently in the kitchen while Nara giggles, and for the first time in 7 years, the broken pieces feel like they're finally coming together. But as they dance, Léa's phone vibrates, a message from an unknown number. He'll never fully remember. I made sure of that. Some doors once closed, stay locked forever. Enjoy your stolen happiness while it lasts. Léa's body goes rigid. Jisung feels it immediately. What's wrong? She shows him the message, her hand trembling. His face pales. She's supposed to be in a psychiatric facility under observation. Jisung, she escaped? Before he can answer, the lights flicker. Once, twice, then go out completely. In the darkness, Nara screams. Nara! Léa shouts. Jisung fumbles for his phone flashlight. The beam cuts through the darkness, landing on the kitchen table where Nara was sitting moments ago. Empty. The drawing she was making lies on the floor, torn in half. Nara! Léa's scream echoes through the brownstone. A sound comes from upstairs. Footsteps, slow, deliberate. Jisung grabs Léa's hand, pulling her back. Stay behind me. That's my daughter up there. And that's exactly what she wants. Another message lights up Léa's phone. Some stories don't get happy endings. You should know that by now. Sirens wail in the distance, growing closer. The footsteps stop at the top of the stairs. Then a voice, small and terrified. Mama! Papa! It's Nara. What happens next will shock you. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on because you won't believe where this story goes. Drop a comment if you think Moran is really in the house, or if something else is happening. And if you made it this far, you're incredible. Thank you for watching. Until next time.